friends, namaste. Welcome to my outdoor kitchen again today. And today I'm going to show you how we can make the Mysore Pak. Mysore Pak is a South Indian sweet dish and very popular all over India. Mysore Pak is a soft, hard Indian sweet, sort of mouth-melting sugar candy, and it has a long shelf life. And it's a bit of tedious job to make this sweet, but I decided I'm going to show you how easy it is. The first thing I'm going to do, now here I have the 1 cup of besan and I'm going to fill everything loosely. I have here loosely filled 1 cup of besan. It's a chickpea flour. I'm going to add into the big bowl here. Now for this besan I'm going to heat up. Add 5 tablespoons of oil. Heat up the oil till you see the smoke coming out of the oil. You can see the smoke coming out of it. Turn off the stove now. And here I have the oil. Make sure that it's a smoky oil because we want to pour onto this flour, and you want to hear kind of sizzling, so the raw taste of besan is gone. Now use spatula and mix very well. So this is how it looks like. Right now it's lumpy. Now we want to break all those lumps. So here I have this sieve, and through this I'm going to sieve this mixture using your hand or just with a spatula. You can see that here how it looks like. So when you make even Mysore Pak, it doesn't get lumpy. In this big pot, heavy bottomed pot, I'm going to take 1 cup of sugar, water, 3/4 cups of water. In another non-stick pan, I'm going to take 1 cup of ghee and half cup of oil. Now I'm going to use 2 stoves, and you're going to use simultaneously stoves. On one I'm going to make the syrup, and the other one I'm going to melt my ghee, and we actually have to heat up this. Today I'm using this cake baking tray to spread my mixture once it is done, the Mysore Pak. I lightly grease with the oil and not the ghee. It is better to use oil. You can see that I have 2 stoves here. My ghee is melted, so I have brought down the temperature on a low heat. And here is my sugar syrup. This recipe is not hard, but you have to keep an eye on your measurement and make sure that you pay attention closely. Just make this recipe when you have a lot of time. So here is the sugar syrup. Keep stirring your ghee and the oil as well. It should reach to the point that it even starts releasing the smoke. That much hot you need your ghee and the oil. Once it starts boiling like this, you have to be very careful. Bring down the temperature now and wait till it gets a 1 thread consistency. 1 single thread, it doesn't take too long, so you have to be very careful. If you can get help from someone else, you can take the help, because that's a critical point. One side your single thread syrup is ready, and you have to add your besan fast, and you have to also add the ghee on the other side. Consistency of the sugar syrup is very important, so make sure to read all these tips to get the right texture of Mysore Pak. Now you can bring down the temperature, add your besan, and you can bring down the very low temperature. You can take it off the stove if you want, and add besan. Keep stirring, keep stirring, keep stirring. And now from one side we're going to add our ghee and oil. Mixture of hot ghee and oil should be poured at intervals and only 1 ladle spoon at a time. This is where it forms the holes. Make sure that your ghee is again hot. Do not take it off of the stove. Make sure it is hot. Now you can you increase your temperature of the stove. So keep adding till your ghee is finished, and keep stirring continuously, and it will leave the sides. That's where you know that it is done. By the time your ghee is finished, it will start leaving the sides. You will also see that the ghee separates out from the mixture. Immediately turn off the stove at this point and bring down the mixture onto the plate. Spread out Mysore Pak evenly in a tray and let it cool down for about 10 minutes. It's easily get soft, hard in just about 10 minutes. My Mysore Pak has settled down now, so I'm going to cut it. Cut the pieces into the shape however you like. You can cut square or rectangle. Rectangle looks great. I made some rectangle pieces and some square pieces to show you just how they look like.
Sometimes I skip the process of adding oil to the besan. I directly add my raw besan into the sugar syrup, but I have noticed a big difference in the taste and the texture. Mysore Pak tastes much more better when you add hot oil and remove the raw taste of besan.